Welcome back to another video, guys. In today's video, I want to go over the best aim improvement routine in Fortnite competitive. In my opinion, aim is the most important mechanic because nowadays everybody's going to have good builds and edits. However, not everybody's going to be having really good aim. If you're able to get incredible aim, especially in your competitive scenarios, you're going to be so far ahead of the curve in terms of your competitive skill, and it's really going to help you in these tournaments. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video so you guys don't miss any important information on this aim routine. Let's get right into it. So to begin, guys, genuinely one really important thing is understanding exactly the three different aspects of aiming and exactly the different options you guys have to actually practice them. So the three different aspects of aiming, the first one is going to be tracking. Tracking basically involves following your target around with your mouse or controller, and essentially it's going to be used primarily with spray weapons. The next aspect of aiming is going to be flicking. Flicking is going to involve rapid, quick movements to targets across your screen. This is oftentimes way easier and more done on keyboard and mouse, however, it can be done on a controller. And this often involves stuff like shotgun aim, sniper aim, and sort of long-range weapons if you guys need to use those as well. And then the last aspect is going to be target switching. Target switching really just involves switching to different targets. If you're kind of playing duos or squads or some other game mode where there's multiple targets, you guys need to be able to switch to them, be able to track different targets and switch to them whenever you need to. This is going to help in team game modes. Let's say, for example, somebody's running and their teammate is right behind them. One of the teammates is behind cover, but the other one still isn't. You have to switch and quickly switch onto that target, which is the other teammate that's not behind cover. That's an example of when you guys would use target switching. It's primarily used with assault rifles, SMGs. It can be used with pretty much any weapon. It's crucial. What I'd recommend you guys have is one tracking drill, one flicking drill, and one target switching drill. So that's going to be 3 drills, but to create the perfect aim routine, I'm going to give you guys multiple options in the in-game aim trainers and the Kovaaks routine. Let's get right into that. So guys, right now we are here in Kovaaks, and the first drill is going to be called Ascended Tracking V3. I have it bookmarked right here. You guys can look this up, and I'm just going to start right now. And essentially, this map's just going to have you track your little target right here. There's going to be multiple different targets right here. You can just track them. They're going to pop up on different sides of the map. I'm a big fan of this one because it really revolves Fortnite aiming very similarly to SMGs and ARs. This is just an example of one tracking drill that you can do. However, another really good tracking drill is going to be something like Bounce 180 tracking. What you guys can do is just look it up in the search tab right here, and then once you guys go right here, you can click on it, and then once you're in, you can just click play. And this is really simple. You just kind of track the balls that are bouncing around. This helps with your sort of, falling aim if a character jumps, something like that. A really good way to practice your aim is to practice when characters jump in game. If a character jumps in Fortnite, their path when they come down is almost always the same. So Bounce 180 tracking is really good. All right, so the first flicking drill that I'd recommend for you guys on Kovaaks is going to be Tile Frenzy. However, not just any Tile Frenzy, it's going to be Tile Frenzy. And then once you guys look this up, it's going to be Tile Frenzy Strafing 01. You're going to click play on this one, and it's a really solid way to practice your flicking. In this map, essentially what's happening is that the targets that you're flicking to are moving, so it's really simulating an in-game scenario where you have to flick. I tend to be pretty good at flicking. It's just the type of aim that I'm the most comfortable with, but I definitely recommend you guys use this as your flicking practice drill. However, another option for your flicking drill could be something called Reflex Flick. What you guys can look up is just look up Reflex Flick. However, I'd recommend you do the easy version because in general, Reflex Flick is a very, very hard drill. I'm not kidding. This drill literally is impossible even for me. If I go into it, you're gonna see there's a tiny little ball that you have to flick to, and it's really, really hard to get it every time. I'm missing it pretty much every single time I go for it. Once you do finally get one, you kind of feel a sense of accomplishment because this drill is so difficult. You're going to be really bad at it for the first couple times you do it, especially if you've never done this type of aiming before. Regardless, this is a really solid drill, guys. You should definitely consider doing it for your flicking. And then the last aspect is going to be target switching. The first drill that I recommend for that is 1 wall 6 targets TE. It's all going to be one word, so when you guys look it up, it can look just like that. 1 wall 6 targets TE. Click enter, and it's right there. You're just going to play it. This drill is very similar to Tile Frenzy. However, the things don't move, and they are a little bit more spread apart, so you need to time your clicks really well. As you can see, if you do miss by a little bit, it does happen. This works on your click timing, your target switching. As you can see, there's different targets around the area. It's definitely a drill that I'd recommend. And then guys, the final drill for your target switching is going to be sort of a mix between a tracking drill and a target switching drill. This is going to literally just be called Target Switching 360. You can look it up right here, and once you find it, you can play the first one. It's a great map. This one's really good for Fortnite because it's very, very comparable to SMG and AR aim, and they do have the characters that do jump as well. I am a really big fan of this drill. I think that everybody who plays Fortnite should do it because the skills really do translate over very well. It works on your tracking, and it also really works on your click timing and target switching as well. If you guys have to do one map to warm up, I genuinely recommend it be this one. It's a great map for all your aspects of aim. So the first map, guys, in Fortnite Actual is going to be Clix Aim Trainer. This is a map I've gone over before, and I think that this is one of the best in-game aim trainers that you guys can possibly make. Alright guys, so now that I'm here in-game, you're going to see there's going to be the flick section, the precision section, weapons are going to be right there, target switching, and then tracking. I'm going to be going over a couple of drills from the sections that I think are most important and explaining exactly what you guys should do and why you should do them. The first drills are going to be tracking drills. I'm just going to pick up a combat SMG to do this right here. In the tracking drills, the first drill I'd recommend you guys consider doing is going to be sentry tracking. If you go into it right here, you can click free play and then start, and then you can basically just track these sentries across the map as they run. This drill is more useful for ARs, but I think it's still a really important drill for tracking, so I definitely recommend you guys do it to practice your assault rifle aim. The second tracking drill is definitely going to be reactive tracking. This drill is just going to be just people kind of spawning around, and it's going to be moving, it's going to be twitching and flicking, and basically the more you hit this target, the more points you get. This drill is really hard though, but it really does emulate Fortnite movement very well. And then the last drill I recommend you guys do is reactive spear tracking. This is a really solid one. If you go right here, there's going to be a spear in the air that you guys are going to have to track. It's going to be twitching and moving just like a normal Fortnite player would. It's going to be really helpful for your tracking ability. Very solid for SMG aim and even assault rifle aim if that's what you choose to run with your shotgun. Now let's get into the flicking aspect of it. In flicking, there are only 3 drills that you guys should use. So to start off, I'd recommend you guys just use reaction flicks. If you're in this drill, essentially what's going to happen is these little cubes are going to pop up. You're going to have to react and flick to them. For this one, you might want to use a combat shotgun or something of the sort just to get your aim down. Make sure that you're using a weapon that actually can handle this. However, this is a really solid flicking drill that I think everybody should try and use. And then the second flicking drill I recommend you guys use is going to be Shotgun Frenzy. For this one, the recommended weapon is a pump shotgun, so just for that purpose, I'm going to grab it. If you go into Shotgun Frenzy, you can go right here, and you can just keep shooting pretty much as long as you want, but it helps with your flicking ability. And if you miss one, you do realize you have to reload, so it kind of punishes you for missing a flick in this game. However, moving on from the flicking drills, let's go into the target switching for this map right here. The first one's going to be Tile Frenzy. This is literally the same as Kovaaks, pretty much. It's very similar, pretty much no changes. You can pretty much go as fast as you want right here. It's just standard Tile Frenzy. I think it's a little bit easier just because it's not 3D. It just happens to be easier to see the cubes. So that's a really good target switching drill I'd recommend you guys start with. And then the final target switching drill and the final drill of this map in total is definitely going to be Moving Frenzy. Moving Frenzy, you're going to go right here. This one's just going to be Tile Frenzy, except you're going to be moving. Your character model is actually going to be moving, which is very comparable to what's probably going to happen in the actual game. This is really going to improve your mouse control. It's really going to improve your aim, especially your target switching. You have to switch the targets while moving like you would in the actual competitive lobbies. And that's pretty much it for the Clix Aim Trainer. It's a really solid map. I'd recommend you guys pick one of those drills from each section that I went over, and then make a 3 drill aim routine that's going to really help you guys out a lot. Now guys, this next map is going to be the Pro Practice by Mongraal, Mr. Savage, and Amar. This is kind of a really new map, and it's going to be really beneficial, especially in Chapter 5 for your guys' success. Basically, what you can do is you can load into here. It might require you guys to actually have some updates because this is a very, very big and powerful map. So once you guys are actually in the map, there's going to be 3 sections: build, aim, and peace. Obviously, for this video, we're going to be using the aim section. However, the build and the peace section are fantastic. Please check them out. I'm going to click aim right here, and it's going to load you into this map that's going to be having 8 drills that I think are really beneficial for all game modes. The first tracking drill is going to be the close range tracking one. So I'm just going to select that right here. And basically you're just going to be shooting this bot. This is a more actual player oriented tracking drill. And I think it's truthfully really solid. In my opinion, this is probably the best drill for your guys' overall tracking improvement. That's going to be in every map and every Kovaaks routine. This is a really solid tracking drill. Now the next tracking drill that I recommend is going to be mid-range tracking. You guys can go right here. You're basically just going to be shooting these bots that go up and down. It's really going to help with your guys' movement when somebody jumps or when somebody's kind of moving around. However, they do move forward and back as well. So you kind of have to track them through the air in sort of an arc pattern. Very helpful drill for you guys trying to hit people from really far away, maybe get some surge tags, or if somebody falls off of a build or they use a shockwave. Really helpful. This drill is really helpful. Now for flicking, we're going to go into close range flick shots. Right here, it's basically like Tile Frenzy, except what you guys are going to be doing is you're going to be in first person, as you guys can see. However, I think this drill is really beneficial for a lot of people. Just like the Tile Frenzy in the other maps and in the Kovaaks Aim Trainer, it's pretty much the same thing. Obviously, mid-range flick shots is going to be the next one. This is pretty much the same thing. You guys can ADS for this. It's going to be very similar to one wall 6 targets TE. If you don't want to ADS, that's fine too, but I'd recommend that's what you do simply because this does seem like a slow pace, more focus on flicking and click timing drill. And now for target switching, there's pretty much just one drill in this map I'd recommend. That's going to be long range tags. This is going to be very comparable to your guys' storm surge practice maps. You basically just have to tag these people from really, really far away. I really recommend you guys do this in order to practice your storm surge tags, practice your really long range tags. Maybe you guys get some free eliminations, some free storm surge tags in tournaments, whatever that may be. But that's pretty much it for the Mongraal Aim Trainer. I think this is a really solid map. It's a little bit more nuts and bolts than the other aim trainers that I went over. However, I still think it's a very valuable map to use. But guys, that is the video on some aim routines you guys can do. I went over a Kovaaks one, a Clix Aim Trainer, and then a Mongraal Aim Trainer. Basically, what I'd recommend is you guys do one of these every single day. Just pick 3 drills from any of all the drills that I went over. And make sure to make a routine that you stick to every single day. You guys can switch it up with the drills sometimes. You can substitute in drills, take out drills, filter through them. Essentially, though, what I'd recommend for you guys is that you do this every day. It'll really help you improve your aim. But that is about it for this video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.